You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14.
Right now at 7, small businesses in the 4 states want to remind you to shop local this holiday season.
And Joplin students work together to raise money for area foster kids in need.
Plus, if you like the mild weather, I have unfortunate news for you. However, if you like winter weather, then I have great news for you. It just depends on your perspective. We're going to talk about the big changes coming today. Coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Thanks for joining us for the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. I'm Tanya Bach. A former restaurant building in Joplin came down Wednesday afternoon. Crews were at 7th and Maiden Lane to demolish the old Mojo's building. It was originally built to house a taco restaurant before transforming into Babes. KOAM's Shannon Becker got an inside look at the building before it was brought down. The property does appear to have new owners, and we've reached out to find out what the plans are for that building, and we'll update you when we hear back. Well, police say a child is recovering from life-threatening injuries after a chain reaction crash in Joplin. On Wednesday, 5 vehicles piled up in the westbound lane approaching the intersection of East 32nd and Connecticut. Police tell us 7 people were injured. A child with life-threatening injuries and 6 other people with minor injuries. No other details yet to report. Fire swept through a Pittsburgh area home on Langdon Lane Wednesday evening. The home was occupied, but authorities tell us no one was hurt. Authorities closed the road from 520th to Centennial as crews fought the fire. A firefighter at the scene says it appears the fire started in the attic. No word on the extent of the damage. Missouri wants your help returning 288 unclaimed military medals and insignia back to their rightful owners. It's part of the state's unclaimed property efforts. The latest effort comes ahead of Veterans Day. You can find a full list of information to help through the state treasurer's office. And of course, we also put this and a link on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. Well, Christmas sales are underway. KOAM's Yana Dula talked with a small business owner in Joplin about the upcoming holiday season sales, and she joins us now live in Joplin.
Thank you, Tanya, and good morning. We're live here in Joplin. While big box stores may have a lot of advertising and sales, small local businesses trust in their customers. A local small business owner, Eric Bartlett, says a nice thing about some brands is they price protect all of their products so everybody has the same price. Bartlett says big stores can have the advantage of reaching out and advertising to a mass amount of people. However, small businesses bring in more of an experience for customers once they step in the store. Bartlett says small businesses in the area supporting each other is also important.
My family, my family is also in the restaurant industry and in the retail industry, and so we make it a point to only eat and try to shop at local retailers and restaurants.
If you want to support local businesses, you can download Joplin Chamber of Commerce's Choose Joplin app. Live in Joplin, Janna Hautala, KOAM News.
All right, and that app does have a lot of businesses connected to it, isn't that correct?
Yes.
All right. All right, thank you so much, Yana. Well, Joplin students are working together to raise money for area foster kids in need this holiday season. The 7th Christmas of Hope is now underway. Students at both Joplin High School and Franklin Technology Center are bringing donations to class. Event organizers say there are about 600 foster kids currently in the area.
I do know that when it gets closer to the holidays, there seems like to be more kids, and that's one great thing about this too. So if something happened to a kid and they weren't in their home and they had to go to a foster, like let's say a couple days before Christmas or something, this is where Christmas Hope comes in also.
Fundraiser continues through November 18th. On Wednesday, Missouri Southern students got the chance to learn more about nonprofits in the area. It was part of a service fair held at the Billingsley Center. Representatives from 11 area nonprofits told students about their work in the community and signed up some new volunteers.
Kind of get involved with the community, and I really hope that they just understand like how important volunteer work is, because not only is it helping like the organization they're a part of, but it really does help them as a person. Like it gives them either stress relief, community involvement.
This was the first time the volunteer fair was held at MSSU.
All right, let's take a look at this day in weather history. And on this date, back in 1975, the Edmund Fitzgerald sank northeast of Whitefish Point on Lake Superior, killing 29 crew members. Here in our area, Skywatch Storm Tracker is clear locally, but you can see showers and even a few rumbles of thunder starting to close in. This is ahead of the actual front. The actual front is right about here over by Hayes, and we'll start to roll our way later today. Ahead of that, we have wind gusts pushing 30 to even 40 miles an hour, and we could see anywhere from a ½ inch to an 1.5 inches of rain by the time all is said and done with this system. By 11 o'clock, this is the front. These are showers and thunderstorms developing ahead of the front. We'll get a few more scattered showers and storms across the area. And the front, the thing is these storms, as you can see, not very well organized. So our severe threat right now has dropped significantly to just about 0. And then, take a look at this, 11:30 tonight, showers, thunderstorms holding on. They don't really start to exit until about 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. But as they do, the front will leave cold temperatures behind, which will allow us to maybe even see a snow flurry or two out there. 7th and range line, beautiful sunrise this morning, 66 degrees, south breeze at 16 with partly cloudy skies. You can see the colder temperatures off to the northwest. 65 Yates Center in Neodesha, as well as Iola, Fort Scott, 66 in Pittsburgh, 63 Neosho, 64 in Carthage. As we go through today, we're heading for a high of 74 degrees. And then it'll start to cool down as the cold front draws into the area. As we head into tonight, showers and storms again holding on until about 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Dropping to a low of 35, and we could see a few stray flurries on the backside of this system. The sun rising already, 6:52, setting at 5:12 this evening. 7-day, 44 tomorrow. Yeah, some evening showers. And look at this. We don't get out of the 40s. Maybe a wintry mix on Monday. Some early morning flurries on Tuesday. We're only 40 degrees on Wednesday, 38 Tuesday. Overnight lows, teens, 20s, and 30s. And then look at the 10-day. It doesn't get any better. After today, Sunday is our warmest day that we're going to get for the next several days at 49. As you can see, temperatures 40s, 38 by Saturday, next Saturday rather, maybe another wintry mix. And look at Wednesday's low, 16 degrees. So we're going from spring to winter in approximately, I'd say 12 hours or so now. We get almost all 4 seasons in a single day.
Well, that's what it's like in the 4 states.
We wouldn't know what to do if it wasn't.
You know?
Yeah, if we had a normal, year with a real spring, summer, fall, and winter, we wouldn't know what to do with ourselves, to be honest. I mean, really, think about it. We wouldn't.
I don't like how you described it earlier as limbo. How low can you go with these temperatures?
Yeah,
So,
and
cool.
we're going to see. We could even set some records because for this time of year, 40s are supposed to be our overnight lows, not our daytime highs. So we'll see how it goes over the next several days.
All right. Well, up next, Frontenac High School Theater stops by the studio to talk about its upcoming musical.
And later, why you should stop taking supplements for your heart health. You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. In Health Watch this morning, a warning to anyone taking certain over-the-counter dietary supplements for heart health. New research shows they may not help, and in some cases, may be harmful. Mandy Gaither has more from a new study and why the author of it says you should ditch the supplements right now.
It's a leading cause of heart disease. High levels of bad cholesterol can cause blockages and lead to a heart attack or stroke. But some common supplements may not be the answer, according to a new study.
When these supplements are marketed as heart healthy or cholesterol management, it's misleading to the public.
Study author Dr. Luke Laffin says he's seen an increase in patients using supplements since he says they aren't evaluated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. He and his colleagues wanted to research whether there was a health benefit. They studied 6 of them: fish oil, garlic, cinnamon, turmeric, plant sterols, and red yeast rice, then compared results to a placebo and medicines commonly used to treat heart disease, like statins.
These don't work. They're not effective in terms of lowering cholesterol.
In a statement, a trade association for the supplement industry said dietary supplements are not intended to be quick fixes and their effects may not be revealed during the course of a study that only spans 4 weeks. Dr. Laffin says not everyone needs to be on medicine to lower cholesterol. A healthy diet and exercise can help for some. But he says those who do need extra help should talk to their doctor about options. He says some supplements can also adversely interact with other medications.
They're probably not doing anything to help your quote unquote heart health. In certain cases, they may actually be harmful.
There's also a misconception that statins are harmful to health, but he says that their research didn't find that in this study. All right, quick check of the forecast. Skywatch Storm Tracker clear locally. Here's showers and a few rumbles of thunder developing ahead of the cold front, which is a little bit further to the west, and it'll be moving into our area right around, say, those showers will be about 11 o'clock this morning. Ahead of it, wind gusts pushing 30, 35, maybe even 40 miles an hour, and we're looking at rain totals right around a ½ inch to maybe even 1.5 inches for some of us, so some much needed rain is on the way with this system. And here's some timing. As we head to 11 o'clock, there's those scattered showers, maybe some rumbles of thunder ahead of the main front itself, which is still out to our west. The good news is our severe threat has dropped to just about 0 because look at this. These are very unorganized, widely scattered showers and thunderstorms, and you can tell where the front is and where it is not. And so it's just some widespread thunderstorm activity, but no severe weather expected at this point. And it will persist. This is 3:30 in the morning. Some of it's still ongoing. And because of the front moving in through the area and dropping temperatures, we could see a stray snow flurry or two on the backside of this system. 66 in Joplin right now, partly cloudy. Temperatures across the region, not too bad. 65 in Neodesha, 68 Parsons, 66 in Pittsburgh. As we go through today, we will reach a high of 74. Scattered showers and thunderstorms start by 11. They hold on again until about 2, 3 in the morning. Temperatures continue to fall. We drop back down to a low of 35 degrees. And eventually, we'll start to clear out a little bit, mostly cloudy skies by the time we hit sunrise tomorrow. Got more of the KOAM Morning News right after this.
Well, welcome back. This weekend we've got a Broadway production coming to Frontenac High School, and joining us I have 2 of the actors from the musical Roger and Hammerstein's Cinderella. Joining me this morning I have Anne-Marie Martin and Braden Sywert joining us. Thank you so much for coming in this morning. This is a big deal for Frontenac to do this play.
Yeah.
All right, tell me a little bit about yourself and your theater background. Now, Anne-Marie, I understand you're a junior.
Yes.
Is this your first production, or have you been doing them?
I have been doing productions since I was 9 years old, so I've been doing it for about 8 years now.
Awesome. Do you remember like some of the bigger plays that you were in, or your favorites, highlights?
Some of my favorites have been Willy Wonka, Newsies, Lion King, and Rock of Ages.
So you were cast as Ella in this production. Tell me a little bit about what it means to you to play this role.
For me, growing up, I've always loved Cinderella. I've always loved the classic Cinderella story. So getting to play this role has been a very big thing for me. I'm very excited to get to play it.
Awesome, awesome. And Braden, you're playing the role of Topher, and I understand you're a sophomore.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about your past theater experience.
Well, I've been doing theater since I was 11 years old. I started with Junior Stars over by the Memorial Auditorium, and it just sort of went from there.
Okay, so your cast is Topher. Yes. For those who may not be familiar with the musical, who is Topher?
Topher is the prince, and some people might not know that because everyone refers to him as Prince Charming or whatever they say.
Yeah.
This prince is a whole lot different from the ones you've probably seen in the past. It's I don't know how to say it. Let's say the prince has some of his own personal issues of his own. So he's not that typical ladies guy.
Okay. So he had a character you had to find yourself developing for you. And was that a challenge?
Yes and no. Mostly yes.
Okay. All right. Tell me a little bit about your future plans. Do you plan to continue with theater, or is this just something you're dabbling in while you're in high school?
I mean, I would love to continue doing theater through college. I always loved performing, so I hope to continue that.
That's awesome.
I'll say the same.
It's been a lot of fun, I'm sure.
I love being on that stage.
Okay, well, that's cool. Let's talk details about Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella, showtimes. Where is that? Everything.
The showtimes are 7:30 on Saturday and 2:30 on Sunday. The shows will be held at the Frontenac High School Middle Gym, and it should be a really fun time. You should all come out and see it.
And the price is extremely reasonable, $5.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. All right, got to support the local theater department at Frontenac High School. All right, well, thank you for coming in.
Well,
Thank you
thanks
for having us.
All right, we will be right back. It's time to honor today's four-state hero, Matthew Harp. Specialist Harp served in the Army from January of 2010 to December of 2010. He served in Afghanistan with the 226th Engineer Company, and during his service, he earned an Army Achievement Medal as well as an Army Commendation. A native of Erie, Kansas, we thank you. Today's four-state hero, Matthew Harp.
Well, listen up, music lovers. This could be your chance to own a piece of history.
Sean Langill takes a look at the iconic objects from music's top acts, getting ready to hit the auction block.
Music lovers could soon own iconic items from some of the industry's biggest stars, as Julian's Auctions gives a sneak peek at some of the lots about to go on sale. One item expected to rake in serious dough is a 1973 Fender Mustang guitar played, signed, and destroyed by Nirvana frontman Kurt Cobain.
This guitar was actually smashed in Williamsburg, Pennsylvania, 1989. Estimated 200 to 400,000. He's actually written on the guitar, if we can't have rock and roll, then throw my in jail.
Beatles member John Lennon is also represented with a pair of his iconic glasses up for sale.
They sort of identified John Lennon as wearing those type of round granny glasses, as he called them.
The auction also includes this beehive hairpiece once belonging to Amy Winehouse. She wore it during the 2008 Grammys, where she performed and won 5 awards, including Best New Artist.
The auction estimated 10 to 20,000.
A piano belonging to Bob Dylan, one of Prince's guitars, and a Bob Mackie dress worn by Cher are also some of the more than 1,500 items hitting the auction block.
The stock market is in flux, the bond market is in flux, the real estate is in flux, so people are sort of taking their money out of sort of intangible items and choosing to own something cool, something that they can relate to.
The auction takes place in person at New York City's Times Square Hard Rock Cafe and online at julianslive.com November 11th, 12th, and 13th. Sean Lanchel, Fox News.
That's
pretty cool stuff.
Really awesome stuff that's available on the auction block. Something that's not too terribly awesome is our temperatures. If only the auction prices were going to be this low. So as we go through today, we're going to be mild initially, and then you can see here on the future track by about 11 o'clock this morning, ahead of the front. The front is way back over here. Ahead of the front, though, we got scattered showers and thunderstorms developing across the area, and they'll continue to develop as we head into the evening and into the late evening and then into the overnight. Now, the good news is, as you can see, this is very widely scattered, very disorganized activity. So at this point, our severe threat has been reduced to just about 0. And the other part of it is the cold front's going to begin to overtake this activity pretty quickly as well, because you can see here's the activity, here's the front, so it's already getting chilly back behind here. Now, the other side to that, though, is on the back side of this, because this lasts until early tomorrow morning. And by early, I mean like 3 o'clock, not 6 or 7. We could see a stray flurry or two on the backside of this. Right now in Joplin, though, mild and nice, 66, partly cloudy, south breeze at 16. Mild across the area, 68 Independence Parsons, 67 Pittsburgh, 64 Lamar and Carthage. 74 is going to be the high today. Scattered showers and storms as we head through the evening. Of course, temperatures will begin to fall. They will fall back down to an overnight low of 35 degrees, and we'll start to warm up a pinch by 6 a.m. to 38. 7-day forecast, though, we stay cold as can be. We're in the 40s the next several days. Maybe some wintry mix on Monday, snow flurries Tuesday. Overnight lows go from the teens, the 20s, and the 30s. So winter arriving in approximately 12 hours. We'll be back with more of the KOAM Morning News right after this.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. It's currently 7:29. Joplin announced Wednesday its public transportation options will be reduced starting November 28th due to a shortage of drivers. The Sunshine Lamp Trolley service will be suspended until further notice, and riders will be referred to the MAPS service. Well, a former restaurant building in Joplin came down Wednesday afternoon. Crews were at 7th and Maiden Lane to demolish the old Mojo's building. The building was originally built to house a taco restaurant before transforming into Babe's. KOAM's Shannon Becker got an inside look at the building before it was brought down. Now, the property does appear to have new owners, and we've reached out to find out what the plans are for that building, and we'll update you when we hear back. Well, it's almost time for Christmas sales, and many are already underway. KOAM's Yana Dula talked with a small business owner who says it's not all about selling so much, but having a good selection and service for customers.
Underway. For small businesses, every sale matters.
It's not about selling those products, it's how you're helping the customers. And so for us, every time that you come into our store, we want it to be more of an educational experience versus just being sold a pair of shoes.
The runaround in Joplin has been running strong for 13 years now. Owner Eric Bartlett says competing with big box stores is not as much of a competition some may think.
We're bringing in what we feel like is the best of the best available, and we have really great brand partners that we work with. So in a lot of ways, we don't really feel like we're competing with big box or online, because the nice thing about the brands we carry is they price protect all of their products. So whether you see it in a big box, online, or in our store, everybody has to have the same price. So for us, we have a little bit of advantage because we have the service and the knowledge behind every product that comes through our door, and we feel like that sets us ahead of actually the big box and online stores.
Joplin Chamber of Commerce recently created an app for local businesses in Joplin area to support local. Their marketing and communications manager, Erin Slivka, says she has seen more local stores stay open later because of the communication between businesses.
Supporting each other and buying from each other here locally, I think it's definitely evident in this area with the growth that we've been experiencing.
Bartlett says it comes down to the decision about what kind of experience a customer wants, if they want to be guided with service or if they want to purchase blindly.
There's about a 30% return rate. Our return rate here is usually about 2%, and it's usually just because we need to adjust something in the fitting.
Slivka says they see a lot of people travel to Joplin to shop.
Our nighttime population hovers around 150,000 people. So we definitely see surrounding communities coming into this area utilizing our services here in Joplin.
Bartlett says even though larger chains have the advantage of advertising to the masses for holiday sales, customers still come and visit small businesses like his because of the service.
You know that there's a lot of value in knowing your products and knowing why you're selling it, and then passing that along to your customer.
A value that's appreciated when you are busy running around Christmas shopping.
Well, if you want to buy local, you can find more than 800 local businesses, including the runaround, on the Joplin Chamber of Commerce's Choose Joplin app. Well, this morning we're discussing if marijuana should be legal at the federal level or not.
Missouri voters passed Amendment 3 during the 2022 midterms. The amendment legalizes the recreational use of cannabis within the state. It also allows adults 21 and older to use cannabis. They can also possess 3 ounces. Now, supporters don't think it's perfect, but they say it's better than nothing.
While many are celebrating the passing of Amendment 3, others are more hesitant due to the writing within the amendment. And some criticize what they call a lack of local economic benefits in Amendment 3. Now, despite being on opposing sides, the two we spoke to yesterday can agree on the expunging of nonviolent cannabis offenses.
And that brings us to our question to you this morning. Should marijuana be legal at the federal level? So far, it's been this way all morning. It's kind of been a back and forth and even split. 48% yes, 52% no. Make sure you vote at KOAMnewsnow.com/vote. You can do so in our app. Of course, take part in discussion on our Facebook page.
Well, if you remember that the vote yesterday to decide, or Tuesday to decide whether it should be legal statewide, was very close as well.
Yeah, it was very close.
It makes sense.
Very close.
Very close.
Absolutely. Something else that's pretty darn close is our incoming chilly weather. So Skywatch Storm Tracker clear now. We're watching showers and a few rumbles of thunder developing ahead of the cold front, which will make its way into our area a little bit later. In addition, we're going to be Dealing with some gusty winds pushing upwards of, say, 30 to even 40 miles per hour ahead of the cold front today. And then there's the rain that we'll see. We're not talking a ton of rain, but we're talking rain that we absolutely need, and a fair amount of it at least, anywhere from half an inch to even an inch and a half across the area. Let's look at timing on this system. By 11 o'clock, the cold front itself is back over here. But we've got showers and thunderstorms developing ahead of the front. And again, they're going to be scattered. They're going to be widely scattered, disorganized at best. And then the cold front starts to move into the area. And we get a few more showers and thunderstorms developing. And as you can see, by about 11 tonight, 11:30, they become a lot more widespread. But look at the temperatures. Look at the wind arrows. The front is now down here. Our severe threat today has just about gone away. And we'll keep an eye on it in case anything changes. But a lot of it's just because there's just not enough going on to get this all going to bring us severe weather, but thunderstorms nonetheless. Cold front moves through, and we may even see a stray flurry or two on the backside of this system as it moves through. Beautiful start for us in Joplin. 66, partly cloudy skies, beautiful temperatures across the area for now. 65 in Neodesha, 68 Yates Center, or 68 in Chanute, 65 in Yates Center, 64 in Carthage. As we go through today, 74 the high. Showers and thunderstorms begin building in by 11. They will be on and off all through the day, into the evening, and into the overnight hours before they finally kick out of here about 3 o'clock in the morning with a low of 35. Quick check of the 7-day, and I mean a quick check. 44 tomorrow, maybe an evening shower. We don't get out of the 40s for the next several days. In addition, maybe a wintry mix Monday, some morning flurries possible next Tuesday. Look at these overnight lows, the 20s, the 30s, even the teens. So we're going to get cold once this system moves through. We're back with more of the KOAM Morning News right after this. Start of deer firearm hunting season in Missouri and Arkansas. KOAM's Jalen Banks gets some expert advice on hunting safety.
The end of the year around the country is prime hunting season, and the Missouri Office of Conservation encourages individuals to have what they call a hunting plan to stay safe.
The biggest thing we say is make a hunting plan. List where you're going, who you're hunting with, what time you're going to be back, phone numbers of your phone number as well as phone numbers of everybody that's with you. So in case something happens, they have a contact information for the people that's in that hunting. They know the location of where you'll be hunting at. So if for some reason somebody needs to come out and look for you, they'll know where to start.
In the event of an emergency, Smith says to call 911, but if you don't have cell service, to use a standard SOS signal.
International symbol of distress is 3 of anything. And that could be 3 shots, 3 blows of a whistle, 3 rifle shots, 3 of anything.
Kaylin Hubbard, an avid hunter, echoes that along with the plan, proper training will keep you safe as well.
I think the teaching is huge. Teaching is absolutely huge, because without that teacher, then you're learning by mistakes. And learning by mistakes when you have a firearm in your hand, not the way to go.
Hubbard says that when done right, hunting can lead to some awesome experiences.
I absolutely love it. I look forward to it every year. Spring, summer, fall, being out in nature in the woods is just something that I love doing. So when it's done well and it's done right, it's done ethically, it's a blast. I've had deer closer to me than you. You know, I've had turkeys closer than me. I mean, that close of an encounter.
In Joplin, Jalen Banks, KOAM News.
Well, the end of the year around the country is prime hunting season, and the Missouri Office of Conservation encourages individuals to have what they call a hunting plan to stay safe. The biggest thing they say is to have that plan, list where you're going, who you're hunting with, and what time you're going to be back, and of course to make sure you have phone numbers and your phone number with you as well. We're going to be back with a lot more of the KOAM Morning News right after this. Boy, sometimes you get commercials like that about food right before you go on the air, and all of a sudden you're first off really excited, and second, I'm really hungry now. I think we're just going to go eat. Maybe that's what we should do. But before that, take a look at this. This is 11 o'clock today. Showers, thunderstorms starting to develop in southeast Kansas, well ahead of the actual front. Here's the actual front just northwest of Yates Center by this morning. As we head through the day, we get this messy group of scattered showers and thunderstorms across the area. And because of that, our severe threat for today has been dropped to just about 0. So if that changes, we'll, of course, keep an eye on it for you. But right now, it's just everything's so disorganized and just scattered across the area. Nothing's really going to get going. And then by the time we see some activity going, here's the front. We get some good shower and thunderstorm development behind the front, but because it's behind it, it's already going to be cooling off. And so we're looking at just good old-fashioned thunderstorms with some decent amounts of rainfall. And because these don't clear out until very early tomorrow morning, we could even see some snow flurries on the backside of this. 66 in Joplin right now, partly cloudy skies. There's the front and those colder temperatures up there. 65 Yates Center, Iola, Fort Scott, 67 Nevada, and 64 in Lamar and Carthage this morning. Going through today, showers and thunderstorms start to pick up around 11. They'll be with us all afternoon, all evening, and into the overnight. 74 the high, but take a look. Temperatures start to fall by early this evening as the front rolls through, and they will, of course, continue to fall. We're going to hit a low of 35, so that's why as these storms clear out, we could see a stray flurry or two on the backside of them. 7-day forecast gets a little wild, too. 44 tomorrow, maybe an evening shower, and after today, 49 is the best we can do for the next several days. So we stay in the 40s and 30s, wintry mix possible Monday, maybe some morning flurries Tuesday, only 38, overnight lows in the 20s, 30s, and even the teens for the next several days. As a look at the forecast now, here's Tanya Bach with Consumer Watch.
Well, stocks took a dive Wednesday with the government's latest report on inflation out today. The Dow dropped 646 points. The Nasdaq fell 263 and the S&P 500 lost 79 points. CBS News' Serena Marshall has a look at the latest business headlines.
The parent company of Facebook, Meta, is the latest social media company to slash jobs. Wednesday, 11,000 employees were laid off after the company lost $700 billion in value. It comes the same day digital real estate broker Redfin announced it will also cut 13% of its workforce, affecting more than 800 jobs. Votes are still being counted in some critical races following Tuesday's midterms, but marijuana ballot initiatives got decisive answers. Maryland and Missouri are the latest two states to vote in favor of legalizing recreational use for people over 21, joining 19 states and the District of Columbia. Cannabis trade group MJ Biz estimates that legal medical and recreational marijuana sales totaled over $20 billion last year. 3 other states, Arkansas, North Dakota, and South Dakota, rejected similar initiatives Tuesday. Adidas says it plans to sell more Yeezy products next year, but under a different name. The German sportswear company cut ties with rapper Ye, formerly known as Kanye West, last month over his controversial anti-Semitic comments. Ye owns the trademark for the name Yeezy, but Adidas says it owns the designs. The company projected it would lose close to $250 million in revenue this year following the split from the Grammy Award winner.
Well, we'll be right back with more after this, but first let's take a look at the market prices before the opening bell. Well, much-loved leading man from the 90s and 2000s is returning to the big screen in what critics are lauding as his comeback role.
David Daniel has that and more in today's Hollywood Minute.
Do you ever get the feeling people are incapable of not caring?
Here's your first look at Darren Aronofsky's The Whale. Brendan Fraser is expected to receive an Oscar nomination for the drama, which opens in theaters next month.
I am ready to open that door to romance. But this is a preview to a whole different movie than what you think you're about to watch. It's like,
Fortune Feimster is back with a new special, Fortune Feimster, Good Fortune. The comedian's topics include tales about her family and her wedding in the midst of the pandemic.
just trying to tell stories about my true experiences, hoping that people can find them relatable. And also, I think I'm trying to find the positive in those things. When sometimes you get it wrong or sometimes things don't go as expected, what is the thing that comes out of that you can take from it that is good?
Fortune Feimster, Good Fortune is now playing on Netflix. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Interesting.
Cool. Yeah. That's really interesting about Brendan Fraser there. So I understood he put on weight for the role, but not that much.
No. Well, of course, makeup, CGI, and everything else, they can make you look a little bit bigger.
Interesting.
But, for me, myself, I'm just doing it naturally.
We've got a bonus shot of movie news now.
We got from a fresh look at one of this year's big holiday films to an expected blockbuster opening this weekend.
David Daniel is taking us back to Hollywood.
A common criticism of your music isn't black enough.
Who said that?
That's just bull. And it makes me angry, actually. It's hateful and uninformed. My whole life, she ain't black enough, she ain't white enough. Well, how about she's not obedient enough? How about she ain't fearful enough?
Here's the latest look at Naomi Ackie as Whitney Houston in I Wanna Dance with Somebody. The musical biopic about the iconic performer gets so emotional in theaters December 23rd.
In this great future, you can't forget your past. So dry your tears, I say.
Black Panther Wakanda Forever celebrates the traditions and strengths of different cultures. Cast member Lupita Nyong'o says she hopes audiences will connect with that diversity.
It's always good to be able to relate to people who do not look like you and to see your humanity in them. And so we need to delight in our differences. Homogeny is so boring, so our diversity is our strength as human beings.
Black Panther Wakanda Forever opens in theaters Friday. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I do not know the storyline of the new Wakanda, and I keep trying to figure this out. So
Well, we'll just
I'm
have
excited.
to go
I want to
see
watch
won't we?
it. I want to watch it. My kids want to watch it too. So.
Mornings at the movies. That's what we should do.
Ooh, I like that title.
We'll see if we can make that happen for you. One thing we are making happen for you is some rain chances that are going to be building in, and we're also making some colder temperatures happen. It's not by choice. I didn't ask for it. I'm just letting you know it's what's getting ready to go down. All right, so by 11 o'clock this morning, scattered showers, maybe some thunderstorms starting to develop in southeast Kansas ahead of the front. As we head through the rest of the morning and into the evening, we get a few more scattered showers and thunderstorms across the area. The good news is these are just good old-fashioned thunderstorms today. We're not expecting any strong or severe weather with this, just some thunder and some rain. And we've got more widely scattered storms across the area. This is 8:30 tonight. By 11, as the front sinks to our southeast, we get a few more organized scattered showers and storms, and these will hold on all the way till 3, maybe even 4 o'clock tomorrow morning. And with the temperature dropping behind it, we could see a snow flurry or two on the backside of this, which is wild because we're 66 in Joplin right now. Partly cloudy, south breeze at 16. There's the cold front. You can see the temperature difference. 65 Yates Center, Iola, Fort Scott, 68 Pittsburgh, 63 Neosho, 62 in Monette. So we go through the rest of today. We are going to reach a high eventually of 74 degrees. Once we do that, though, temperatures will begin to fall as the front approaches our area and starts bringing us shower and thunderstorm chances. We could also see wind gusts, by the way, 20, 30, 40 miles an hour today. Temperatures fall through the night. Storms clear out. We drop down to 35 by 6 a.m. We're mostly cloudy, and we try and warm up just a hair to 38 degrees. And that's it. Aside from today, let's exclude today. 49 on Sunday is our warmest day for the next several days. We don't get out of the 40s. Our lows are in the 20s, 30s, teens. And then we've got maybe a wintry mix Monday, possibly some morning snow flurries Tuesday, and then another chance of a wintry mix by next Saturday. So we're settling into a wintry pattern. Here in about 10, 11 hours from now, it's going to get cold, and it's going to stay that way. We'll be back with more of the KOAM Morning News right after this.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. Here's what's happening today. The campaign begins again in Georgia with Democratic incumbent Raphael Warnock and Republican challenger Herschel Walker now sprinting to a December 6th runoff. Both candidates were unable to reach a majority of the vote. Meanwhile, in Arizona and Nevada, the counting continues with the Senate races. They're still undecided. All three races will help shape the balance of power in Congress. Hurricane Nicole, now downgraded to a tropical storm, is bringing heavy rainfall and dangerous storm surge to Florida's peninsula. Major theme parks in Central Florida, like Walt Disney World, have closed due to the storm. The National Weather Service forecasts Nicole to move along the eastern seaboard, eventually bringing rain to the northeast U.S. In Washington, D.C.'s Attorney General says he will make a major announcement today regarding the NFL's Washington Commanders. The AG's office did not say what it was about, but the NFL has been investigating allegations, including sexual harassment and financial improprieties. In a statement, the Commanders criticized the Attorney General for not doing more to fight crime, including bringing justice for the team's 23-year-old player who was shot multiple times.
We have a wild ride ahead of us today. Showers, thunderstorms start building in about 11 o'clock ahead of a cold front. Good news is no severe weather expected today. Temperatures begin to fall through the evening. Showers and thunderstorms will be scattered from 11 until about 3, 4 o'clock tomorrow morning. Once they clear out on the backside, before they move out, we could see a stray flurry or two. 35 tonight. We get into the 40s for the next several days. Maybe a wintry mix on Monday. Overnight lows dropping back down into the 20s, 30s, and even the teens. So Saturday, not including today, this Saturday, 49 is the warmest we're going to get for the next 9 days, not including today.
Wow. Wow. Well, the nation is celebrating the OG flavor of cupcakes. Today is National Vanilla Cupcake Day.
Now, the handheld treats are a popular way to enjoy a single serving of cake on the go. They were originally baked in heavy pottery cups, earning them their name. So there's all sorts of exciting things. Look at how good these look. Make sure you get out there and celebrate
Yummy.
National Vanilla Cupcake Day. Thank you so much for letting us put the good in your morning. We're back with more news and weather today at noon.
Have a great morning and an even better day.